Aloha, guys. Happy Aloha Friday. And we are back after it's been a little crazy week out here in Hawaii. Work has been like instead of here, it's been about here and all, but we're back and was looking for a lot of different updates. There's been quite a few different updates on a lot of cases. Specifically, what I noticed today was a lot of over the last week, we've had a lot of updates on cases from the past. Okay, everything where we've hit a 6 month mark on many of the big cases that we've been following. Hey Tim, how you doing? AB Tim, how you doing, my dear? Welcome, welcome. And Sebastian, Elijah, we just celebrated. Well, I hate saying celebrated. We just acknowledged there. That's a better word for it because we are definitely not celebrating these things. We're acknowledging these anniversaries. Madeline, we're coming up on. Just a lot of things. And one of the ones that totally hit me was we just hit 3 years since Gabby, lost her life. And so we're going to be going through a lot of those things today. However, I wanted to say some highs in chat. And yes, Tim, oh my gosh, I've got the box actually. For those of you who don't know what, oh my God, Tim is mentioning, this is what I'm talking about. And we just over on Sirens Live over on his channel on Tuesday, we did the Hot Ones Challenge. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Luckily, recovery was not as bad as I thought it would be. Many of us were worrying that recovery would be problematic on both ends. Content was not as bad for me, at least. I know for some of them it was, but I put all the sauces away until, oh God, my next game night. And then I'm going to, oh gosh, that made a mess. Okay, I'll pull them all out for game night and we're all going to have fun with them. But we are actually at the end of this live today. Robbie put together a clip of number 8 when we all hit the bomb, that sauce. You know what though? It's like, Tim, by the way, oh, chicken lady, click, click, chicken lady. Chicken lady sent me some ideas also on how to get over all the hot spice sauces and all. What I found interesting, it was a lot like people talk about after they've given birth. Okay, right after they're like, again, no more kids. Okay, I'm done. And then give them a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months. All of a sudden they're like, okay, yeah, I'll do that again. That's kind of what this is like. We're literally already talking about what do we do next? And also, I think the adrenaline high is what really got us, is the adrenaline high on this. It was just nuts. And also, but for those of you who have a chance to ever try the Hot Ones hot sauces, the first 4 or 5, not too bad. Okay, then you get this little turn, and then you hit number 8, and then it becomes pain. It just literally becomes pain. And also, but we will finish off today's live with that video because Robbie chose the perfect music in the background. And honestly, number 10 was hotter. It was hotter, but it was pure pain. Number 8 still had taste to it, but it was still pain. Okay, so yeah, it was tasty pain. No, it was not. No, I lie completely. So anyhow, let's get some of these discussions up and going. Couple of the cases we're going to go over today. Some updates on Mischa. I did have some clarifications on my last discussion about Mischa. We thought there actually had been some updates involving charges. And what we're finding out now, and we're going to go over that in a second, is that they weren't charges at the time. They were expected charges. Now we have charges happening, but they're coming in a specific order based off of evidence. And also we're going to go through that. Chicken lady, I always think I'm a girl. I surprise myself. Like I said, I don't even put pepper on food. I am such a wuss when it comes to hot stuff. I go Taco Bell and I literally will tell them, leave off the nacho cheese and just put regular cheese on because the nacho cheese can get spicy. That's how much of a wuss I am when it comes to hot sauce. But but I think it was because I could manage how much I put on. I know they've been talking about like there's the one chip challenge and stuff like that. And I'm like, if I could take a nibble of it, fine. But if you want me to get the whole thing, I don't think I could do that. But I think we always surprise ourselves, actually. So, but that was so much fun. I'm happy I did it. I was scared to death. I was petrified, but I'm so happy I did it. So, um, we're going to talk Gabby. We did hit the 3-year anniversary of her death. Can't believe it's been 3 years. How many of us came into this community around that time? Okay, I came on an earlier case actually, but a lot of people that I know and consider friends now came during Gabby's time period. Sebastian, okay, we're at 6 months on there. And so we have some updates on that, as well as the $50,000 reward that has been put out by the FBI on that. Mamta, Mamta Bhatt, couple updates actually today. They were out searching for her all day today. I'm not sure if it was her or evidence they were looking for. It might actually be evidence. I have not seen anything come together that they found her, but there was definitely some movement in that case today. Then Maddie Soto, we're going to talk about Maddie a little bit. Chicken Lady came with Watts, but believed Gabby was the next big. Okay, there you go. I was not here for Watts. I'm kind of surprised that I wasn't. I followed Watts like crazy, but I never realized this community existed at the time. I just followed it. I've always loved true crime, so I've always followed the cases, but I've never actually gotten involved in a community until actually I came here due to Sophie's case. Sophie Long's case is what brought me into the community, actually. And since then, it's just been as you learn more and more about the various cases going on. And also we're going to go through those things. So what I want to do right now is just start us with this. I know a lot of this live today is for replay for a lot of people. We're 10 o'clock on the Eastern time zone right now. So I know a lot of you guys are getting sleepy, and also it's replay heavily. So I will be time stamping this just so you guys know. Once we're done, I'll go in and put timestamps in for each of these cases. So you guys can go exactly to whatever case it is you'd want to get an update on. And again, if you have any cases you'd like an update on in the future, please let me know. Today, I kind of woke up and it was like, what's out there? What are the cases we've been looking at? So where I want to start right now is Mischa. You guys know Mischa has been close to my heart from the beginning because it is a local case for me. Over the weekend, they've been doing a lot of searches, heavy searches. Lots of people going out into the woods, into the different trails over on the west side, things like that. I, over the weekend, was at the Made in Hawaii Festival. So what I did was I took a stash of posters, and we had amazing booths that all I did was walk by and I said, hey, you know what? Have you heard about Mischa? And they're like, yes, give me a poster. I'll share it. And we had the big booths sharing her story out, which was wonderful. And people coming up wanting to talk about her. And you know what? It's been kind of not nice, but a positive. You guys know me. I always look for the positive in everything. It's brought up the case of domestic violence. It's given us a chance to talk about DV. Okay. It's kind of like Gabby did. Gabby gave us the chance to talk about DV and open up that communication. And it's sad that we have to keep coming back to it. But that's what happens over time is we need to remind ourselves. Sorry, it's getting cold in here. And also, so here is real quickly the poster for Mischa. Oops, let me pull this down. There is still the $10,000 reward out for her. We're looking for information at this time leading to finding her or being able to, find what happened that day. And also we have the number for CID 208-0059. I do also have a message from her family, I wanted to make sure to read today. So I just realized I never screenshotted that. So let me just pull it up and we will start with that. And then I'll go into the video that I have on it. So let me see, where is she? There she is. Okay. So, when I spoke with her sister earlier asking for an update, she sent me actually a really nice little update that also went with what she's been telling some other local groups. Country Chicken Lady, eight. Ooh, I haven't done mental health lives or cantina recently, and I need to get back to that sometime. I've been just working so hard trying to get money to pay bills, and but that would be a good one, even if it's something I have to record. Thank you for the idea. Good idea. Good idea. So this came actually from Frances, who is Mischa's mom. And what she had said is, I would like to thank the public and the media for the ongoing search efforts and news coverage of Mischa Johnson. The family entrusts CID with efforts of finding Mischa and baby Armani Kitana's remains. Now remember, Mischa is 6 months pregnant. She'd be 7 months pregnant at this point. They knew they had a baby girl coming. And that baby girl's name is Armani Kitana. And she does give 2 hashtags now, hashtag justice for Mischa and hashtag justice for baby Armani. So if anyone's looking at that. Hello, Sleuth. How you doing, my dear? Love you, love you, love you. I did, Libby, I did. I actually, in fact, we're going to, at the end of this live, I'm going to make you guys wait till the end to watch it. And we're going to watch a 2-minute clip of the bomb, which was not the bomb. It was death. It was death. And but yes, we did survive. And we're already thinking about what's next on the list. Private First Class Johnson does have legal counsel and has exercised his right to remain silent. And he's still uncooperative at this time. That's one thing we keep talking about, that everyone has a right to legal counsel. Unfortunately, what it many times leads to is people not speaking. One of the things we know about Mischa now is her whole family knows she's most likely no longer with us. The evidence that has been shared with the family is enough to know that what was found inside the house is enough to realize that no one could have left that house alive. We don't have all that information, but the family does. And it's enough for them to realize what we are looking at this time. And that's justice now. It's keeping her name in the public eye and ensuring that there is justice for both Armani and Mischa. Continuing her statement, mom's statement. With that being said, I think just reiterating that when searching, you may come across her body. So be prepared mentally to see that. There are search efforts still happening by CID along with the group. There is a group. They're out every day. They were out this morning at 9 a.m. So there are people going out there every day, and they are wanting people to realize this may not be the case if you're just going out, you're going to see clothes or something. So we need people to realize what we need people to be safe when they're out there searching. There's some very dangerous areas. You're talking about areas with, cliff sides, things like that are being searched at this point. Continuing, her mom's statement. Her case is now moving to a task force. With the official announcement of Dwayne's 3 charges, and there have been 3 charges, we're going to watch a video going over those charges, but basically the charges right now are about him making misleading statements or things on that level, and then the pornography ones. Right now, the 2 charges that were mentioned in the past that we are not seeing yet are for murder of Mischa and the murder of baby Armani. So I suspect those are coming but they have to, number one, make that case. Okay. And we know it's harder without a body. Okay. It's not impossible. We're going after it in this case right here. Okay. Ariel's case is still moving forward. Okay. And just because there is no body does not mean she's not going to get justice. And, but we're hoping, okay, we can, just for family's sake. Okay. If someone out there knows something, and chances are someone does know something out there, please say something. Continuing, we want to make sure that the public understands that CID only has one shot to charge him for Mischa and baby Armani Quintana's alleged murder. There's only one shot at this, guys. Her body would be the strongest piece of evidence, but if she isn't found, we need to allow CID the time they need to make this case solid. We have to also note they have requested a speedy trial. Interesting on that. That DJ, okay, her husband is requesting the speedy trial at this point. Okay, they know once there is a body, it's going to make this much harder. We're also looking at military charges. Military charges go all the way up to the death sentence. Okay, even if we're living in a state where that's not part of what you're looking at. Okay, he's being pulled up on military charges. And so that was from her mother. However, this kind of connects in. I have two little clips here I wanted to play. One is first, you'll actually get to meet her mom here, Frances, when they did interview her. And the second one will be a follow-up on the actual charges as they came out 2 days ago. And also, let's see, here we go.
The pregnant woman is pleading for the public's help. 19-year-old Mischa Johnson has not been seen now for 3 weeks.
Jen Boniza sat down with Mischa's mom, who says new evidence casts doubt on the chances of her returning home alive.
19-year-old Mischa Johnson was last seen July 31st. A week later, her husband, Private Dwayne Arthur Johnson II, was taken into military custody as a suspect in his wife's disappearance, according to the Army's Criminal Investigation Division. I sat down with Mischa's mother, who's still trying to make sense of it all.
Shock, disbelief. I mean, he celebrated every milestone and had happiness with us, joy, acceptance in a family. They were inseparable. They were inseparable. They were in love.
She says she had no reason to doubt him, but says that changed once he was taken into custody and stopped cooperating. And she says authorities...
I know I've said this before. I look at this picture. No, it happened New Year's Eve, December 31st last year. If you looked at the picture a few seconds before, you can see where they actually have hit a little one there. The reason why they have the headphones on is because of the fireworks being so loud. There's a whole story here, and that's the people start seeing this as just a picture of Mischa. It's not. It's the whole family and how this is affecting her whole family. And all of these people. There's a picture of her holding one of her nieces, and someone put angel wings on that picture. And we now know that Mischa is that guardian angel for that little one now. Hey, Astro, how you doing, my dear? Yeah, and that's the thing. He doesn't know what love is. He truly, truly does not know what love is. This family accepted him into their family, their ohana. He got to celebrate the new year coming in. Okay, a year that was supposed to be a time for his child, okay, or to come into to celebrate. And he destroyed all of that, completely destroyed it.
No reason to doubt him, but says that changed once he was taken into custody and stopped cooperating. And she says authorities told her to be prepared for the worst.
Exactly. There is a lot of forensic evidence that was found in their home that proves that no human would be able to come out alive from the home. But this is so gruesome.
Their focus now, finding Mischa so they can put her and her unborn daughter, Armani Kitana, to rest. They're asking for anyone with information to come forward.
Call CID if you've seen anything or seen him around.
She is hopeful they will get justice for her daughter and granddaughter, but says that still won't bring them back.
Real quickly, if you've seen anything, pull it back up again. That vehicle, if during that time period from July 11th through, the end of July, you saw that vehicle somewhere, let people know, because we're trying to figure out what he may have done with her. And we don't know where on island. We're thinking the west side, but we don't know that. So it's important to get that information out.
I'll always be broken. I won't
Very
have her.
possible, Astra.
I don't believe that I would ever get closure.
Even if you know what happened.
Even if I know what happened, he took 2 people from me. He took 2 people from me. I can no longer make memories with them. And that's the reality of it. And I face that reality every minute of the day.
Jen Boniza, KH12 News, working for Hawaii.
She says that so well. I've never heard someone use those words, but it's exactly what happens in every one of these cases. One person or a group of people in certain cases, like our Kansas, Texas, the 2, from a couple months ago, you're taking away the opportunity to create new memories. All of those memories of baby Armani, gone, completely gone. All of the chances for Mischa to have memories, to celebrate knowing that she had a little baby coming on when all of her family members also, she had other family members having a baby coming into the world. All of those memories gone. It's just, it hurts. Yeah, you got, hey, JP, how you doing, my dear? Aloha. And also, so I wanted to share that with you guys because that's been one of the things is the family has and I'm going to say it again, the family believes what CID is doing. We need to allow them to make that case because we don't know right now if the case that they're having to make is going to have her remains or if it's going to be like Ariel's case. And if it's like Ariel's case, we need to have every single I dotted and T crossed. And that can't be done quickly at all, which is interesting that, they are asking for a speedy trial. They know that. They know that, in my opinion, completely. And so the next video is just talking about the 3 charges. This is where I did want to correct because last time we spoke about Mischa, I had mentioned a bunch of charges. And what we started recognizing is that those are the charges that the family were told they are aiming for. So this is CID is really talking with the family, explaining things. And the family is doing a great job of actually holding, what needs to stay quiet, while sharing everything to keep Mischa in the front of everyone's, eyes. And keeping her in everyone's memory right now and discussion and stuff without ruining her case. They've done an amazing job with it. And but this does clarify that if you look at it, the only 2 charges we are not seeing yet are the murder charges. And that's because they need to pull this case together first.
Has still not been found after her family confirmed her death. And today we have new developments in her case. Our Kristen Concilio has our top story, and Kristen, charges were handed down.
That's right. Le'ui Mischa Johnson's husband now faces 3 charges stemming from her disappearance.
Private First Class Dwayne Johnson II is now charged with providing false official statements, obstructing justice, and producing and distributing child pornography. With Mischa Johnson still missing and her family confirming her death, the Army could bring more charges as the investigation continues.
That they believe that their daughter is dead is probably part of the political, so to speak, pressure to charge the accused with something at this point.
Mischa was 6 months pregnant when she vanished, and her family's pleading for closure. The military has still not officially confirmed Johnson's death, but her family took to social media, begging for help to get justice for Mischa.
He's facing significant time, probably decades in jail, in terms of the maximum punishment he could receive. If they charge him with some sort of a homicide or a murder charge, then the military could potentially sentence someone to death.
While there are no official murder charges.
And you have to realize what I'm getting from this is when the family spoke to us and gave us that list of charges they're looking at, they were not looking at just one murder charge. They were looking at 2 murder charges. Okay, not only Mischa, but also baby Armani and all. So I would not be surprised to see him facing a death penalty case here.
Charges, the court-martial defense lawyer says that could come soon.
The speed at which they're moving is unusual.
Yes.
So, I wouldn't be surprised to see the charge sheet changing in the very near future should they find something more, such as they find the body or they find the person, that kind of a thing.
Johnson's now being held until his preliminary hearing is set. The Army has 120 days to bring him to trial. Reporting live, Kristen Concilio, Island News.
Now, again,
which is interesting. So we have 120 days. Okay, I'm not sure if that's from the moment of charging. I'm suspecting it's from the moment of the charge, which would have been 2 days ago. And I'm not sure if that changes as they add on things. I'm not sure how all that works. But that's quick when you consider with Ariel, we're 3 years in almost. Oh, wait, no, a little less than that. And, but it's just, January we're looking at for her. It's been way too long. And interesting, this speedy thing, but they need to get it covered as much as possible. Dot those I's, cross those T's. Hello, AP. Welcome, my dear. Welcome. So we'll have to see. Yeah, not just the simple, there's a lot more going on in this case. We also know from here, there's the creation and distribution of child pornography also. Okay, we went over on the earlier live that I did about a week and a half ago of where he was setting up meetups with people under the age of 18. Okay, that separate from creation and distribution. Okay, that's just showing us the potential of what, and that happened during the time that she was most likely missing. So there's a hell of a lot more going on out there that we don't even know the beginning of.
And Johnson was taken into custody after his pregnant wife, Mischa, went missing at the beginning of the month. We're going to continue to keep you updated on air and online on KLITV.com.
So they are continuing to do everything they can there. They're searching every day. Those searches are continuing. We're trying to keep her in the public eye as much as possible, which is just keeping her poster out there, sharing, what I have shared over and over. So hopefully, if you guys can help us get the word out. Again, remember, DJ is not from Hawaii. He's from the mainland. Based off of that, he has friends and connections from across the country. And also people who may know stuff live in other locations. It's not just here. And that's why we need all of you guys as much as possible. So, okay, moving on. What I wanted to look at next is Gabby. Okay, we were talking about this earlier. And Yes, Amy. Okay, Mischa is the 6-month pregnant woman from Hawaii, the 19-year-old. And they do her family basically has said, with the evidence that came out of that house, there is no way a human would be able to walk away. And also, they pretty much are expecting that she was killed by him. We just now have to have a case made, and it would really help if we could actually find her at this point. And the military is looking at 2 charges potentially of murder there, not just of her, but of her unborn baby. So, yeah, that one's what's just kills. It really kills, and I'm hoping community's really coming together out here on this. So I was mentioning at the beginning of this live, okay, cases that brought us to true crime. And this is one that brought many people here. Okay, we all have our different case that did, but this week when this came across my news feed, and I realized it's been 3 years since Gabby lost her life. 3 years since Brian took Gabby's life and then took his own as the easy way out, but we won't even get into that thing. And Amy, yeah, DJ is in such, he's probably, I'm guessing, looking at a death penalty right now in DJ's case. I definitely think it doesn't matter what Hawaii has as death penalty or not, military has, and this is a military case at this point. So anyhow, put a 1 in chat if, okay, Gabby, or actually put it this way. Tell me, what case brought you to YouTube True Crime? Okay, I mentioned for me, it was Sophie's case. Sophie Long's case is what actually brought me to this community. What kept me here was the West Boys, and then Gabby. And what about the rest of you guys? What case did? Because this was one of those that really brought a lot of people and also opened up discussion on DV. Watts. I know we got a couple Watts people out there. And it amazes me that I didn't even know that this community existed, because I was, this high into reading about Watts. I was reading Watts case stuff all over the place. And, but maybe it's a good thing I didn't know about it at the time. So, course, the dogs now want to bark. And so I just wanted to kind of go through this a little bit, because her dad really, first of all, this picture, this is what I don't know how many of you guys have ever had the experience of a fish spa. It's one of those things where you put your feet into this little bucket that has all these little fish in it, and they eat supposedly the dead skin off of your feet and all that. I did it when I was in Greece, and it was so funny. Looking at this picture that they shared of Gabby, it reminded me of that. And you can see the enjoyment and the excitement and just the love for life that she had in this picture. And that's what I loved about this. Is a photo they had never shared with us before. And I'm so happy they shared it, because it says so much about her there. But Gabby Petito's father is remembering his late daughter on Tuesday, August 27th. So last Tuesday, just about 5 days ago, Gabby's dad, Joseph, shared an emotional tribute to mark the 3rd anniversary of her death. 3 years ago that evening, the 27th, you were taken from us, his caption read, alongside a photo of himself and Gabby at a fish spa therapy. We can't stop crying when we think of you. There is no waking up from this nightmare. He added, we push forward for you and all those you have inspired, and nothing can make us stop. And she has. She has truly inspired so many when it comes to speaking against domestic violence. Okay, having people stand up and say, enough's enough. I'm getting out of this. Okay, the foundation that her family has put together has truly helped in so many cases. And we push forward for you and all those you have inspired, and nothing can make us stop. I ask everyone who read this, please share a missing person flyer today. Just one. It's not that hard. If every person out here on YouTube that has ever watched a true crime video shared one poster that no one else has shared, think about all of the awareness we could bring. It would be amazing. Just one. There's many out there. All you got to do is go NCMEC, pull up a poster, bingo. There you go. In the image, Gabby and her father laughed with one another as they placed their feet in containers filled with water and fish at a fish pedicure spa. Gabby was last heard of, and then they go into everything about her and her death. So it's definitely here. I want to bring that up. Hi, Mom. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So that picture is, yeah, my mom and my brother just got back from, they were out doing some stuff earlier. So Amy is saying, I think Gabby's parents are amazing, and we're the only ones I know of that did it right and not get involved. Okay, thank you, Mom. And it's trying to show me all this stuff, and I'm like, and I'll be there in just a few minutes. And she found her wallet. My mom loses things every couple. Okay, it's not a normal day unless we look for something at least 2 or 3. So I'm always joking with her about that. So she found her wallet. That's the important thing. So I think Gabby's parents are amazing, and we're the only ones I know of that did it right and did not get involved with tragedy. Yeah, and I hate to say it, but that case did show me where so many times we get into people, they're grabbing, jumping on here, let's do this and let's do that. And I'm going to keep my mouth shut right now on that before I start jumping down a case right now. But yeah, it's in the end, what mattered was this gorgeous young woman. What mattered in the end was what her parents did to change things, to make change in a world that took their daughter away from them. And that's what matters. That's what matters when it comes to all these things. Okay, is just give them a voice. That's all we need to do is give them a voice. Okay, stop playing the back and forths and stuff like that, and just remember the person, because I'm sorry, we're going to be dealing with a case in just a few seconds where the issue on YouTube has become more about parents than it is about the child who's missing. So sorry about that, Amy. But yeah, that's exactly it. It frustrates me. But yeah, 3 years. It's just, oh, wow, wow. But this picture I was so happy to see. And also, so moving on, many of you guys have been following over. Sleuth has been covering the case of Mamta Kafle Bhatt's case. She went missing a while back. Her husband has been arrested now. Thank God their baby is not with him anymore. The other thing that has been confirmed is that her family has arrived in the United States, which is really good to hear at this point, because they have been literally across the ocean, okay, dealing with all these things. Sleuth is like, oops, wait. And also, yes, and that was it exactly. Huge changes with her case today. And in fact, let me real quickly pull, I have my videos in the wrong order right now. They actually shut down Signal Hill Park today as part of a search. At first, I thought the search was going to be more for her and remains. I'm getting the feeling it may have been that, but it may have been more other evidence also involved from the sound of it. I don't think they found anything. Let me pull this up right now so we can watch that. And then we are going to watch, it's a little longer of a clip after that. But yesterday or the day before, there was kind of like a press conference with a bunch of her supporters, because what has been amazing in Mamta's case is the community became her voice. Okay, so many times it's up to a family to be the voice. And in cases where there are not family, or the family don't speak up, the person loses their voice completely. And that's what could have happened in Mamta's case. But Mamta, no, her community is like, no, she's going to have a voice and we're going to be it. So let me see here. Police shut down Signal Hill. And let's see this. I know Sleuth has been really covering this case. And so Amy is saying okay, here we go. There. I loved how, Gabby's and step parents came together. Yeah, and that was the thing. It wasn't about, people could start, times when a family member is missing or there's a crime going on can be so hard emotionally, and people can start fighting and stuff like that. But they pulled themselves together closer in Gabby's case. And they're like, you know what? Rather than start fighting and stuff like, let's come together and let's speak for what matters, which was Gabby. And okay, let's start this one up and see where.
For a missing Manassas Park mother. Just 30 minutes ago, we learned that police have shut down a park in that area to search for evidence. Thank you for being here. I'm Leslie Foster. So police tell us they're focused on Signal Park Drive, or Signal Hill Park, I should say. Our Katie Lusso is live at that scene right now. And Katie, what can you see from where you are?
Well, from where we are across the street, we can see that a police car is blocking off the entrance to Signal Hill Park. Now, we are about a mile away from where Mamta and her husband Naresh and their 1-year-old baby girl called home. Police tonight confirming that this park they are searching it in connection to the investigation into her disappearance. Now, Sky 9 is up overhead of the park, and you can see they've been searching this park, continuing to search it. This is Signal Hill Park. I can tell you that since we've arrived, we've seen officers from both Prince William County and Manassas Park going in and out of the park, and investigators inside the park appear to be searching a field. Now, Manassas Park Police Chief Mario Luke.
So I'm going to stop that real quickly there. First of all, Astro. Okay, let them leave. Just leave them. Okay, guy hits you, just walk away. And I don't think they found, at least we're not being told that they found anything yet. I can tell you the helicopter was up a long time today. In fact, I was initially going to show you guys video footage from the helicopter. Then this came out and I was like, okay, let's switch over to this. But the helicopter footage was, oh gosh, just under 2 hours long today. And also they were going full force grid type search of the park. So something is going on within there. Hello, Lioness. How you doing, my dear?
Hugo telling us tonight that crews are searching an area of Signal Hill Park for evidence related to this investigation. He also says that detectives developed information, which is what led them to this area to begin with, and items that have been collected are being processed to determine if they are in fact connected. Now, we right now are across the street. We're with a small group of her friends, her loved ones, people who have really been rallying to get justice for Mamta since day one. Now, they were already planning to be over at the Manassas Park Police Department. I want to introduce you to Holly. Holly, I know you've been so vocal since really the beginning. Talk to me about the message that was going to be heard at Manassas Park Police Department, but you diverted to here.
Yeah, we were already planning to meet at 5 o'clock at Manassas Park Police Department, really to say thank you to the chief. Chief, I'm sorry if I'm ruining the surprise. We actually had food we've been delivering to the officers to thank them for their work. And so when we heard.
That's how we can support. Guys, we always ask, how can we support? How can we be there? How can we be a voice? Sharing posters. If you're in the area, okay, putting up posters, going down, giving food to the police who are working their butts off on these cases. And so Amy is saying someone on TikTok was live in front of the police station and the police did find something, but not saying what, and saying it had to go into forensics. Interesting. AP, as an RN, I have so much for her medical thing. You know, so many people, it's coming together, working with each other and stuff like that. Okay. And yeah, medical especially. And by the way, thank you for your work as an RN. Okay, I know how much RNs and LPNs work. They work their butts off. They really work their butts off. So here we go.
Heard about this, we quickly pivoted because, as you said, we want to be the face and the voice for Mamta. So that's why we're here outside of Signal Hill Park.
Thank you so much, Holly. Hopefully we get some information soon. But in the meantime, we do know that Mamta's mother and brother are here in the United States. We are going to continue to follow this and bring you updates as we get them. In Manassas Park, I'm Katie Lusso. Back to you.
It's been more than a month now, and people are desperate for answers, and certainly Mamta's family is too. All right, Katie, thank you.
Okay. And then from there, they just tell you how you can get the timeline and stuff like that. So, where I want to go next, I don't think Sleuth showed this. So I wanted to, it's a little longer. It's a 10-minute video, but I think it's important right now to kind of pull ourselves together with Mamta's case. You see a lot of the same people who are speaking up because they've literally become the voice. Okay. Amy is saying there were many, many news reporters at the police station. Is there a briefing from the? You know what? I haven't seen one. If anyone has seen a new update, I tried to look right before I went live. Well, maybe about a half hour, and this is what I found. But if anyone has seen something, I'll try to look while we start playing this. Yes, Libby, and that's why I'm playing this. I listened to about 3/4 of this. And one of the comments that came out is mom and dad are out here, or mom and brother are out here, and they've been able to reunite with baby. And they come straight out and they say something that I think is important. Instead of us trying to find out where mom and all are, okay, just let mom and brother have time with baby because they've lost so much. Okay, it's kind of like Mischa's case. You know where this is headed at this time. So family are trying to heal while also getting justice. And yeah, exactly. And so I'm going to start this up. You know what? I'm not sure. Sleuth, do you know anything about this? There are 2 separate GoFundMe accounts. Has all that been settled? The friend who is local seemed very protective of the child over even her family. Okay. Christola, how you doing, my dear? I love you. No problem. You know, you got kiddos. Kiddos take priority over this every day, no matter what. So talking about kiddos, I got a little dog here. Come here, Cassie. No? Okay. You just want to, okay, here. Oh, you want your Chewy. This is what she wants. So yeah, Sleuth, if you have any information on this, on Arari-chan's, I don't know if it is Arari or not, but I know I that stuff. And also, but anyhow, let's get going on this and kind of listen to it, break it down a little bit, because this is the other real big case we're following right now as a group. And I'll look into the other. That's not March. Love you. Love you. Okay. You know, I this is my thought on things. I think a lot of, and I don't know the specifics on this. I'm just talking off the top of my head right now. Okay. I think a lot of times what was happening in a lot of these cases is since family isn't there initially, okay, it becomes a thing of everyone was so worried about this baby. Okay, this baby should not have been with dad for all that time. Okay, I mean, it was dangerous. Okay, that could have gone bad in so many ways. So many people are probably speaking up at that point, okay, wanting to make sure baby's safe. I agree. Family is usually the best place. Okay, family is the best place for children. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way because there are some families who probably should not have children. Okay, we all know those cases. We report on these cases. And but in overall that is and I think it's important right now that grandma is here. So grandma can be with baby. Baby is her connection right now to her daughter. Okay, she can heal at the same time. and all. So, yeah, I hope that just my thoughts on stuff. And that's the same thing as with Mischa. You charge in order of what you can prove right now. Okay, once you go charging something like with Mischa, they are in a 120-day time frame. Okay, once they go and charge him with murder in that case, they have to be ready for trial in 120 days, and at least with the military. Okay, so you need to make sure you can prove it before you charge it. So you charge as you can prove, which is what they're doing here. Yep. Quick question. You guys can't hear? Let me know if you guys can't hear or not. Let me know if you guys can't hear or not. Oh, thank you, Mom. And I got to money. I lent her some. No, oh, whoa, what's going? Oh, it dropped out. That's why. Okay. Were you guys able to get any of that? Okay, or did it just? It looks like StreamYard dropped my screen. So, did you get any of it from the beginning of the press conference with the family? I with the friends. Let me know. Is that it? Okay, so we may actually go back. Sorry, guys. My computer was giving me issues earlier. My ring light keeps going out on me, and so it sounds like other things are going weird. It's haunting. Okay, I've been talking with it's the about putting something together right now. So okay, so here we go. So no sound. It sounds like we've had no sound on this. So thank you guys so much. Okay, I'm going to take it all the way back. Hey, Cat Mama, how you doing? We're going to go all the way back because this is definitely. I'm going to go forward a little bit because we don't need the spelling of names or anything like that. But we'll. Okay, here we go. Hopefully this time my computer behaves.
I can't go on the record what we call ourselves because it has a bad word in it. Okay.
Ocean Tide, how you doing, my dear? No worries. You didn't miss much. Just me staring at an empty screen.
HOLLYWIRTH, former coworker and also community supporter.
So what is your reaction after the judge has accepted the waiving of the preliminary hearing for Naresh?
I mean, I think we came in not knowing what the motion was, not surprised by the motion. I think I said to somebody in the hallway, right, this is gymnastics that's happening, and understandably so, right? Mr. Bhatt's defense attorney, has said on the record that he feels like the evidence is fairly weak. So we know the faster they can bring that to trial, the more likelihood the Commonwealth won't be able to strengthen their case as their assertion. So I think understandable that they want to get him tried on this charge as soon as possible. And I know in my heart there's going to be more charges to come. So we can't consider this a setback. We have to consider this just a step until the more serious charges are levied.
And when Naresh did walk out, there were audible gasps. What was that moment like for you guys when you saw him in this jumpsuit the second time, of course, or the third now?
I have no problem seeing him in an orange jumpsuit and leg shackles. I sit in my seat. I have my row. I stare at.
Pause for a second. Cristola, if you need to leave, hon, you've got your kids. Go. It's fine. It's fine, my dear. And um, oh, it's fine, my dear. No worries.
The back of his head. I would gladly look him in the eyes on behalf of his wife. And there's probably a whole bunch of people behind me that would love to look at Naresh Bhatt straight in the eyes. We are going to continue to show up in force. You see around me, our numbers keep growing, and that's rooted in love. We are Mamta's voice, and we are going to continue to be in that courtroom to be a voice and a presence for Mamta.
Indeed.
Yeah. Supporters have got some good news in the last 24 hours without infringing on anybody's privacy. Can you share a little bit about what it means for the story?
Absolutely. If you hadn't seen, we did put out a statement yesterday on behalf of Mamta's mother and brother to say that they are in the U.S. They have been reunited with their granddaughter. At this time, we're going to respect their privacy. We're not going to reveal where they are. We know in time, if they feel comfortable, they certainly will speak. But until then, we ask, please don't try to locate where they are. Respect their privacy. They are in a tremendous amount of pain, and where their joy comes from right now is being reunited with their granddaughter. I'd like to give credit for them community members for.
Sorry, I didn't realize I had myself muted. I think that's one of the good things. If we can remember, these families they need time to heal. Okay, it's not all about their mind is in the investigation, but they're also dealing with the emotions at the same time. And that's why it's great when you have the voice of people. Okay, that's when, as a community, we can be someone's voice and hopefully help the family so they can deal with all the emotions that they're going through without having to worry about keeping their loved one in the public eye, because that alone can be a full-time job for family. And they need to heal at the same time and try to heal, even though they're never going to heal. We know that for sure. And but yeah.
For the legislators, for our community politicians who really worked with the embassy and with the government to get them here, that is a success. They were able to expedite their safe travels here. And like I said, the most important thing is they are with their granddaughter.
Yeah. Have they said anything about the legal proceedings? As obviously you all come in representation of them, as they're kind of navigating. I'm sure it's confusing for them seeing the system in the U.S. coming from Nepal and just getting pieces of what you guys were able to tell them.
Yeah, I don't think that we have any more statements on their behalf on the record. What I will say, what we had heard prior to, is they just truly want Mamta back, whatever that looks like. They have offered, a debt of gratitude for us who are fighting for her. But at the end of the day, they just want to have their daughter back, whatever they may look like.
For anyone in this room, what is it like to kind of watch this unfold in real time, to be a part of this court proceeding? Because there's a lot of new territories and totally new legal role for a lot of people, and you're kind of having to go in public. What is it like?
It's a very. Thank you for asking that question. It's very painful. It's the word itself, painful, is it's every time we hear them talking, every time we hear some new news, it's powerful and painful for all of us. And we don't know, a lot of us does not know the terminology, so we're researching and we're connecting with people, so it's very painful for our
Okay, I'm not unmuted again. Thank you so much, you two. And okay, what I was talking about there is that what they're doing as a community is what a lot of us had to do when we came into true crime. They don't know these terminologies, things like that. Okay, how to go about what does this mean, and okay, what's the difference between this word and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm having a fun day today, aren't I, Lee? I'm really having a fun one. And also, but when we all came to true crime, we had to start learning a new type of lexicon. Okay, new words, things like that. And they're trying to figure those things out to find out because they want justice for Mamta. And to get that, it is. I'm going to stay muted, and then I'll just sit there and I'll see if I could do the ABCs. How's that? Yeah. And but even recently, I had to do it with Mischa. I didn't know the military lexicon for things. I didn't know how military detainment was different from civilian detainment. And so these people, they're not only stepping up and trying to speak up for Mamta, they need to understand what's going on at the same time. And so it's really, this was a very, very interesting discussion as I was listening to it earlier.
The community. We have never dealt this situation. This was our first time in DMV area. So it is something new for all of us.
Yeah, I think I've been calling myself an amateur detective, amateur attorney. I'm just a registered nurse. I don't like coming on camera and talking to the press. I'm definitely not. That's so outside of my wheelhouse. But I can say literally 24/7, there are people online reading statutes, trying to figure out how we can leverage this investigation to bring justice. And
amazing
this
group of
really is a
people.
testament to the power of just regular people standing together and fighting.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, that being said, every one of us are here today to support for Mamta. And thank you. We can be her voice, but you are also being her voice. So thank you for act of support for all of us, for entire community of Nepalese. So this means a lot for all of us as well.
Holly or anybody else that wants to answer, for people, a lot of people have been following this case for for people who are just tuning in, is there any words that you want to offer? I mean, today I just learned that Mamta's favorite color was green. What can you share with us about who she was as a person, as a mother, as a friend?
They want to know about
I can
Mamta
only share what I
as a
have
person.
heard from her best friends and friends. So her her favorite color was red and green. So I have been wearing red and green. So, and she can talk about more because she knows more of her. And there was other person who's supposed to talk about it. She's not here, but Holly can talk about it because he's connected and work with her. So please go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're all privileged to now be the keepers of Mamta's story, right? We're getting texts, we're getting pictures, we watch her TikTok, we hear people that are close to her. At the end of the day, Mamta should be known as always as a loving wife, a loving mother, a very proud registered nurse, and a very good friend. The smile.
That's the thing. It's not the missing picture that these people are. Okay, it's the story. That's why I bring up over and over and over when we see Mischa's picture on New Year's Eve, that was New Year's Eve. They had fireworks going off everywhere around them. They had one of their nieces with, headset on so that she wouldn't hurt her hearing. Okay, all these stories, because that's the person that matters. It's not a picture that is in colored ink or something like that, which is what a lot of times we start seeing this as. Okay, and that's why it becomes drama later, where we start pulling in all the drama, because at some point, if you don't know who the person is as a human being, you start just trying to pull all the drama stuff together because it becomes interesting. No, what's interesting is the human behind this that we're trying to find or we're trying to get justice for.
On the pictures that you see of Mamta, that was her always smile. That wasn't just a snapshot. She was filled with joy. If you haven't gone on her TikTok, that girl's got dance moves. She loves to sing. She loves to wear pretty dresses. At the end of the day, that's how we have to remember Mamta.
And her friend also mentioned one thing was she always bring everybody up front rather than herself. No matter how painful she's in a situation, she asks you, how are you doing? Instead of saying,
That's a
I'm in
nurse.
pain. And
That's
that
a
was the message
nurse.
I got from her friend.
Yeah, there was a funny video I saw yesterday of some friends, and they said, here's Mamta 1 month postpartum, and she wanted to film a TikTok with us. So here were these reluctant dancers next to Mamta as a new mom, her insisting, no, we're going to do this fun dance together.
And obviously, we're all here the community is here for Mamta, but can anybody speak to Naresh? What was their relationship like? What was he like as a husband, as a father? Obviously, the baby had just turned 1, so there wasn't a long stint of fatherhood, but can anybody speak to his character at all, or would like to?
I don't know him personally, so I don't feel comfortable speaking to his character, other than to say the more that we go to court through the Commonwealth, the more we realize there was a facade there. I can say people that were close to Naresh have questioned, why was I duped? Why was I fooled? Why did I trust this man in my house? Why did I trust him around my wife? And my mom always said, you only show your garbage at home. And so the truth is what he portrayed to work and in the community was not his authentic self. So to anybody that's questioning why you were a friend to Naresh, that's because that's what a good friend does. But there are a lot of people questioning why. Why did I get duped? And the truth is he's a master manipulator. And as this case moves forward, I think we will see more and more of the deception.
Interesting with that, because that's how many times, and your heart does break when you see family members, they're like, no, 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 because they have that. We talked about that love for family and all that. But then you do have friends and you're like, wait, I've known them forever. How are they doing these things? Okay. No, they'd never, okay, beat up on their wife, or they'd never do that. They'd never hurt someone. Okay. I've never heard it put that way. You only show your garbage at home. And it's true. Okay. That's why I say here on YouTube alone, it takes literally, in my eyes, 6 or so months before you even start to get an idea of who someone is, because people put on faces all the time. And it takes a while to break through those faces and start seeing some people. And some people are so good at manipulating things, you're not even going to see it in. And
I have told Chief Lugo in private and in public that I am a huge supporter of the Manassas Park Police Department. I wasn't always that way. I was very vocally outspoken when we felt in the early days that the police department was not taking this case seriously. We now know that's not true. There was a tremendous amount of work going on that couldn't be shared with the public to protect the integrity of the case. We've seen Chief Lugo almost every day this
you need
week
to
or
trust
talk to
people
him.
on that.
They are working around the clock. They want to find Mamta. They are following every lead. So please, if you have an idea of something, please go ahead and send it forward, because those detectives want answers as much as we do. He did share they're working with other partners, right? Prince William County. He went on the record, Secret Service, FBI. There's a whole army of people working that aren't in front of the camera, but that are really, really going to help bring this to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law.
I'm so happy to see them, okay, acknowledge that even during that time that they were so frustrated as a community, and they were screaming and yelling as loud as they could to give Mamta a voice, because they didn't feel she had a voice at the time. Okay, now they're realizing, you know what? Yeah, there was work going on. We just didn't have access to it. I'm still happy they spoke up. Okay, because it's in speaking up and all that I think things push quicker, to be honest. And also it's good to see them, because they've now gotten to know what law enforcement truly is like in their community. And they have a little bit more trust with them. And because that's what transparency leads to, that all the time. The problem is, in crime, you have to be careful on how transparent you are. So I think that's about it. Yep. Yeah, that was it on that one. So that kind of brings us up to date with Mamta and what's going on with her case. I am not surprised. I am surprised, that we don't have another update tonight. Yeah, exactly. She got a voice. Okay, that voice spoke up. The media grabbed onto, because the media a lot of times becomes our voice as people. If we speak loudly enough, the media, if they're doing their job correctly, will, mirror that. They're going to go out there and make sure that the news that's being shared is the stuff that matters to us. That's why, whether it's Mamta, Mischa right now, for the first 2 weeks, week of Mischa's case, there was no coverage about her, hardly at all. You would have one when she was reported missing, then there was nothing for about 5 or 6 days. But now it's almost like nightly at a point. And it's because more and more people care. More and more people want to know something is happening, and they're going to push that. And also, so moving on, two cases I just wanted to. One of them is, these are both going to be much shorter because they're pretty much just updates for what's going on. The first one is, here we go, Sebastian. You guys know we started covering Sebastian on day one here. There was a lot of, it seemed like for a while there, we were dealing with Amber Alert after Amber Alert after Amber Alert. And we're now getting to this point where we're 6 months into these cases. Elijah was another one. And we're still looking for them. So we did just hit the 6 months for Sebastian. And what I wanted to do is pull up a video that I saw just to remind us, about who this is about. I know on YouTube we've gotten into, I'm pro that, I'm this side, I'm that side, or whatever. I want to bring us back to what matters. And what that is Sebastian. And he is out there somewhere. He is out there somewhere. And we need to find him. Someone knows something and can speak up. Hopefully now that we have a $50,000, FBI has now put out a $50,000 reward here. I'm hoping money talks. I hate to put it that way, but money talks. So anyhow, yeah, these are two very sad cases, Elijah and, Sebastian. Two cases where from the beginning, Sebastian could be out there on many different levels, when he went missing, I remember actually talking about another case where a teenage autistic teenager actually had disappeared and had just reappeared that week. And I kind of hold on to that deep in my heart, even though I know there's so many other possibilities right now. Yeah, he's there. He's out there somewhere, and someone knows something. And it's just, we need to find him. In both of these cases, they need to be found. And also, anyhow, here we go. I'm starting this one a little bit in. And
yes, now the FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for any information that leads to the missing 15-year-old with autism.
I hope that's the catalyst to make something move.
Ken Widener with Sumner County EMA heads up the continuing search effort for Sebastian. To date, they've found no trace of the teen. Yes, it's possible Sebastian wandered off on his own, but the FBI reward money concedes the very real possibility of foul play.
If somebody were to have done something and they told somebody something, it may be what it takes for that person to get that off their chest and make the right decision.
And now,
what? Can anyone answer this for me? It throws me. What is the dollar amount to save someone's life or to give someone justice? The fact that, and I get it. Money talks. Especially in many cases where maybe you don't want to speak up or stuff, but you can still do things anonymously. But it just, I'm like, that we have to put a dollar amount on bringing someone home. it infuriates me.
Oh, the TBI references the reward for information leading to Sebastian or to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for his disappearance.
Exactly.
Now, remember, investigators have never named any suspects.
Any evidence of foul play? We have not cleared anyone, but we have absolutely no evidence to support foul play.
Still, after 6 months with no good leads, everyone wonders how a child alone could vanish without a trace. So the hope is someone out there knows something and calls in the key tip to 1-800-TBI-FIND and helps solve the mystery of what happened to Sebastian Rogers. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
It amazes me how many cases we can pull up that are still missing. Some are still missing. Okay, people have answers out there. Yes, I guess there's these potential cases out there where someone wanders away into the woods or something and is never seen again or something. Okay, yes, it's feasible. But 9 times out of 10, someone knows something somewhere. They have enough to be able to close a case and give family peace. Okay, let me see. Stop sharing this. Astro, rewind. Oh, the husband was making movies. That's what it's looking like. Astro's talking about Mischa's case. Mischa's husband, Dwayne Johnson, has been charged with production and distribution of child pornography. We know that he was trying to connect with underage girls, even in the days after she supposedly went missing. Again, I say supposedly because we don't know what day specifically she went missing. And, but we don't know outside of that what type, okay, or anything like that. We don't know anything, ages, stuff like that. All we know is that, yeah, he was not just having affairs or stuff with younger women. He was literally videotaping and distributing on one level. Now, that could have been in any way. It could have been sending out to a couple friends for all we know. I don't know if it was for pay or anything like that. I'm sure all that's going to come out. Hopefully it'll come out. I'm not sure with the military how easy it is to get that information. But yeah, that's what I think we're looking at this point. And so the last case I wanted to bring up today, before I show you guys all of the hot one, not all of it, just number 8 from Hot Ones. So yes, we are going to watch that for those of you who want to see me in total pain. And but Maddie was another case that many of us have been following since day one. Okay. Many of us are still following Maddie's case day in, day out. Her case is one of those that has become one of the sickest cases I've ever seen. Okay, examples of the sickest, vilest human beings I've ever heard of in my life. And but what did come out over the course of this last week was there was a huge, report came out, which is number 1, talking about her cause of death. Okay, as well as a number of other things. Many of you guys, I'm sure, have been watching on other YouTube channels where we've talked about it more in detail. But this kind of gives a quick overview of some of it, including some of the search terms he was using prior to her disappearance and later death.
New documents today in 13-year-old Madeline Soto's murder case. She vanished 6 months ago, and Kissimmee police just released dozens of pages revealing new information about what happened to her.
Everything you hear here, this was all premeditated. I have no problem saying this was completely premeditated at this point. Okay, we've had more than enough information to prove there was some level of premeditation going on here.
West 2's Bob Hazen has been digging through this report that includes a possible cause of death.
This report says that Maddie was strangled and murdered, and it also says that the accused killer searched the internet for a powerful anesthetic. Police searched the cell phone of Stephen Stearns very soon after 13-year-old Madeline Soto disappeared. We already knew that they allegedly found pictures and videos of him sexually abusing Maddie in the home where she lived with her mom in Kissimmee. But this new case supplemental report from Kissimmee police also says they found his Google searches, and they included looking up the drug sevoflurane. That's described as an anesthetic often used in surgeries. It can cause hypnosis and amnesia, plus cause a person to lose the ability to move their muscles. The report notes, quote, "It is unknown why Stephen would be searching this item using the search terms of show up in drug test when he wasn't attempting to get a job or he didn't have any children that were having surgery." Those searches.
Okay, let me ask you on that. I'm going to take that back so you can actually read that. Why would he be worried about something showing up in a drug test when he wasn't going to have a job? Okay, an interview for a new job. Okay, didn't have any kids that were having all those things. Okay, this is where I start seeing more and more of the premeditation idea or the thought that something could lead to something. Okay, that's covering that's CYA. That's covering your own butt. Okay, that's a good question. Was that search done prior to or after? That's actually, no, that is a good point. I'm thinking in my head it was probably prior. Okay, based off of some of the other language that was used here. Okay, probably should, let me rearrange my words here then. If this was done prior, to me, this is him being able to step up and say, okay, what I want to do some now, whether it was a murder or something else, he knew there was the potential of foul play, death, things like that. So what could he use that would not show? It's just sorry. And sorry, I'm reading. I should never do this at the same time. My heart breaks for these poor kids. Yeah, what we're hearing more and more about what this 13-year-old, she did this her whole life. This is what her life was. Okay, and we get into it as to, okay, what did mom know? Okay, well, you know what? In my eyes, mom knew enough that she should have been changing shit. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's possible she had been being drugged by him to be complicit in that. And I think that was definitely happening. I think most of the pictures that we're hearing about were when she was sleeping. So my question comes, was she truly sleeping? Okay, that was one thing I had noticed earlier on when we were hearing things about pictures and stuff like that. A lot of times you were hearing about her being in a sleeping state. And I did start wondering, okay, wait, is she truly voluntarily sleeping or is there something else going on? Of course, I'm thinking Benadryl or something like that. But I mean, now we're starting to see potentially much different than that. Much, much different. Yeah, and that's true. How much did she? Because if you are giving her certain medications, not only could there be amnesia from whatever events were going on, okay, first of all, she may have been totally sleeping during it, unconscious during that, not sleeping, but unconscious. Okay, number two, even if she was conscious, there could be an amnesia type of effect going on. Okay, or thinking she was sleeping, well, it's just one of those weird dreams. That's one of the things that a lot of people who deal with abuse, okay, of this type, younger, okay, it's like, oh, yeah, I had a dream that this happened or stuff like that. So that's another thought. If it had to do with the boy at school, she had, interesting. Anyway, let's go.
Those searches were done a week and a half before Maddie's murder. Detectives also describe some of the abuse images and say it looks like Stearns took many of those pictures while Maddie was asleep. On Maddie's final night, she had just had a party for her 13th birthday. Her mom, Jennifer Soto, didn't go to the party because she said she had to work late. And when she got home, she told police that she sent Maddie to bed alone with Stearns in this upstairs bedroom. She never saw her daughter alive again. Sometime either that night or the next morning, investigators believe Stearns strangled Maddie, breaking a bone in her neck.
when she first went missing and all this started to come together, a lot of us questioned that birthday. Was 13 a age where he decided he could not keep getting away with things or stuff like that? Ocean Tide, yeah, puppy. She keeps barking like crazy, and then I put her down, then she wants up, then she wants down, then she wants, yeah. She little diva, that's what she is. So, but yeah, how many of us wondered whether or not he made decisions based off of, okay, she's 13. Okay, at first it was like, oh, you're 13, this is graduation time or something like that. Sick as that sounds. But I really wonder how much of that is the idea, you know what, she's getting to be a certain age where she may speak up. Okay, and that's going to get me in trouble. So did he? Okay, speculation. I know, but just a thought.
Osceola County, Bob Hazen, Wesh 2 News.
Nope. And then the wonderful music. I thought I'd get it in time, but I did not. And also, so we'll see. We keep getting more information on her stuff, okay, about what's in there. I'm sure we're already getting people going through all of the paper and all that. Sleuth is saying possibly, but I think too the fact she was going for more freedom out of the home. And yeah, no, that I completely agree with. Okay, he had control of her all this time. He didn't just have control over her, he had control over mom. Okay, and while that control over mom was never going to waver, the control over her was. Okay, she was out of the preteen years. She's now in the teen years. She's going to start standing for what she wants. Okay, she's going to start doing what she wants. Okay, plus he wasn't there. Yeah, so how was he going to? Okay, you can't silence someone when you're not living there with them as much. And also, yeah, living there, but yeah. So I think, I'm not sure who's going through right now all the new pages that came out, but I'm sure that's going to be coming up soon if it isn't already. It's been a little crazy this week. One of the facilities I work with had a nursing home survey this week, so I'm a little behind on things. So, but we'll see what happens within that. Jeez. I still get into the thing with mom. I think, yeah, there's just so much in that case that is infuriating beyond all get out. I mean, how many cases drive us crazy? I still see Ariel's Facebook page today. People are still coming in saying, hey, I've been following this case. What's going on with it? Okay, another message about that came today. And it's so sad that all these years later, we're still having to say, oh, no, we're waiting for court. We're waiting for the trial to happen. I mean, it's, yeah. So anyhow, I promised you guys this bit. Let me ask you guys, put a 1 in chat if you saw the Hot Ones challenge that I did over at Sirens. Siren Jag. Oh, it's Thea, which by the way, oh, it's Thea. For those of you, she's one of those channels that not many people know about yet. But if you like paranormal stuff, she's amazing. I'm right now working with her on some ideas for Halloween, because Hawaii has some amazing paranormal stuff. I mean, really good paranormal stuff. So she's great. You really check out Oh, It's Thea. But Siren Jag, Oh, It's Thea, Save Robbie, and I did this. It was great, Sleuth. I don't know if it was. I showed everyone at the beginning. God, live. Here is my box with everything that is left. And so, yes, Ocean Tide. Siren does karaoke. Exactly. I love the karaoke side of things. And they were filling for me. Oh my gosh. Thea. Sleuth, thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much for sharing that. This is what I learned from it. Okay, you guys know I had gastric bypass back in 2005, I think it was. So my stomach pouch, the actual stomach, is literally probably only about that big. Okay. So when I did that, I had to be like, okay, I'm going to have to do 10 bites of chicken. how am I going to fit that in? It's over the course of probably an hour. So I'm sitting here balancing everything out in my head. Just take a bite only. I couldn't eat the whole thing like everyone else was because of that. And Ocean Tide, I said earlier, okay, when I go to Taco Bell, if it has the nacho cheese sauce on it, I tell them to take off the nacho cheese sauce. That's too spicy for me. I'm a wuss when it comes to spice. I really am. I'm horrible at it. That's why I almost pulled out of this, but I was so scared. And then Siren bought the damn box, and I'm like, that'd be being a jerk. That'd be a total jerk for doing it. But yeah, I almost didn't, girl. I really almost didn't. Because I had all my food set up here, milkshake, all this stuff. And Sleuth was telling me, yeah, you were really drinking. I was scared. Oh my God. But yeah, if we are going to do something else, we're looking at follow-up stuff. So if you guys know of any challenges, not quantity challenges, but challenges or ideas for a challenge, let me know, because we're trying to get ideas right now. So, but anyhow, Sleuth just shared the full Hot Ones. This is the clip of just number 8. Number 8, we're arguing between the four of us as to whether number 8 was the worst. I still say number 10 was the worst, but number 10 had no flavor to it. It was just pain. It was literally pain without flavor. No garlic, no none of that. It was just pain. This one, you would probably like number 8. You probably would. I mean, you probably, yeah. And number 8 still had a little flavor to it, so it was workable, but it was, oh my God, it was bad. So anyhow, let's go and do this. Sometime, if I wish I had time, I would love to clip all 10, or at least the last 5, because the first 5 were not much. But here we go.
All right, let's go. Well,
Oh, watch the faces. That's bad.
Oh, it's in my throat. It feels like it's choking me. Oh shit. That is not good.
That is not good.
That is terrible.
They had so much sauce on there. They did.
Oh,
I'm trying to balance overfilling my stomach right now, which is not good, because I need to eat some. Oh wait. I know they dunked theirs in bags.
Oh,
the dings going.
That one hurt.
That was bad. That was bad. Siren's right here. He's so quiet. And all of a sudden.
Oh my God. Fucking hell.
That is nasty. That is really, really.
It's not getting better at all. It's just getting worse.
No.
Oh.
I was dripping. See, my problem is I don't have room for more food in my stomach right now. Otherwise, Stella's telling me, drink more of your milkshake. And I'm like, I can't drink the milkshake. How can I do this without adding more food into my stomach? Oh my God. Yeah. I'm going to do exactly what you're suggesting. And I'm like, oh God. And that's without spice. I'd be at that point right now. Woo!
I don't like that.
Ugh. I need to eat something, but I can't eat anything else.
Why?
I'm salivating.
Yeah. Ice water doesn't help either.
No, ice water is bad.
No,
you know what I could do? I can do ice cube without it being
man.
too much food.
It's like hot kids medicine.
It's terrible.
Oh my God.
Why would anyone eat that?
I almost don't want to sit up straight.
Crazy. They're crazy. We're crazy is more like it. Yeah, water is not good.
I'm blowing my nose.
Water's worse. Oh my God. So those of you who did not get to see the whole thing, Sleuth did put a link to the whole live. You can fast. Oh gosh, you should do a timestamp. That's what I got to tell him. timestamp out the 10 different ones so you could actually fast forward to each. It was so much fun. I'm happy I did it, but yeah, yeah. Let's just put it that way. Yeah. And also, guys, thank you so much. This was a little longer, but I wanted especially to go through the Mamta thing. But Libby, if you guys come up with any others, I actually was suggesting to them maybe we could do a sour one. We thought about, there's like that one chip challenge. It's like, but that's too short. You do a you're done in like what, 5 minutes? So I was like, oh, we could do the Birdie Bot beans. We can do it. So we need ideas. We need ideas, guys. So anyhow, though, thank you guys so much. Please help us and guys, I'm going to put out the challenge again. Maybe I should start putting this challenge out every day. If you have a YouTube channel, if you have a Facebook page, go and grab one poster of someone you don't know and post it. Okay. I won't even say every day, one a week, just one a week. Post a poster that that you don't think anyone knows about once a week. That's all. Okay, let's be their voice. Let's be the voice of these people. Mamta is going to get justice, hopefully, because she had a community becoming her voice. Let's stop arguing and let's become voices again. So, and sorry, I'm getting onto my thing, so I'm going to step down right now. Yeah, before I fall off of it. Yeah, so Takis scare the hell out of me, actually. Spicy Cheetos, I can't even do those. Flamin' Hot Cheetos, I can't even. Like I said, I'm a wuss when it comes to hot stuff. So, but it was fun. So, anyhow, I am out of there. Cassie, do you want to say goodbye to everyone? You want to say goodbye? Bye-bye. Yeah, we finally fell asleep. We're finally falling asleep. Your son eats. I made the mistake one time and I ordered for delivery regular ones and they gave me a bag of those. I'm like, I'll try one. I was in pain for the next 10 to 15 minutes. It was like, no. So, Ocean Tightsy, and that's what's great. I'm not saying everyone every day go find something and all that, but, and I know I'm talking to the choir here. I'm preaching to the choir. Okay, I really am. Yes, you want kisses, don't you? You just want kisses. So anyhow, no Pia behind me. So, but anyhow, you guys all have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday. I should be here on Monday. Last week we had a oh no! We shared your channel a few minutes ago, Thea, by the way, because I was telling them if you like paranormal stuff. And by the way, you got to check what I just sent you because I may have an inside connection to some local paranormal stuff that I'd completely forgotten about. So, but love you, love you, love you. And yes, all of us were talking about how much of a punishment on both ends of the hot sauce stuff things were. And we were a half-half. But anyhow, yes. But hopefully, yeah, we had so much fun. But thank you guys so much. And I will talk to y'all later. Oh, now this one wants attention. She's literally standing up like, hold me, hold me. So I will talk to y'all later. Aloha, mahalo. Okay. Bye, guys.